Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurship in Focus. I'm your host, Malon Joseph, and I'm most excited to be here. This evening, we've got a light evening. We have a wonderful guest in studio, and we're going to be laughing all the way through our session. I know that many persons are going through high tension with what is going on, but it's always good to have an atmosphere that is filled with humor, whereby we can come, we can laugh together, and we can all have a good time. I am seeing some of the usual people joining. I'm seeing Sancha from Linden. I'm seeing Shariza, Margaret from Barbados, and several persons joining. Hello, Sati. It is always a pleasure to have you guys joining our program. I must let you know, as we turn our attention to the screen, that the Together We Win Business Network is having its Guyana Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Investment Conference. It is being run from the 14th to the 16th of July at the Police Training Center, and it is something that we all can look forward to. For information, you can register. You can call 652-1959 and you can get all of the information. I'm told that persons are expressing their interest to come from Grenada, Trinidad, Suriname, the US, Pakistan to be part of this conference. So if you want to be part of it, just call 652-1959 and you will get all of the information. Now, before I go to the introduction of our guest, we are going to have a light moment. As I did mention, we're going to have a video which will set the tone for tonight's meeting.
I am tired of cleaning up your mess. Get it, shut. For the love of God, y'all didn't know to shut y'all mouth? No training y'all have. When I listen to people like y'all, I just feel like going to the toilet. Listen, if for the love disease was a group of people, it would have been y'all. For the love of God, y'all didn't know to shut y'all mouth? Y'all didn't shut up. Here, Pat. As to you, Charles, you can't even
You find this video from where?
So don't utter my name. Photoshop Sonia. That is the best excuse you can come up with? And 7%?
Well, remember it's retroactive. So if we were to take the 7% and multiply it by 12 months of the year, we would get 84%. And then what we would do is we would minus 34 seats like what the absolute government had said we needed for absolute majority. And that would then give us 50%. So you see, Bart, it's simple mathematics. The people are just being dramatic.
You big and you in no man. Utter nonsense. How you get this work, man? How you get this work?
DJ, you don't have to be so harsh with her. She is new to this thing.
Priya, you should clearly shut your mouth and hope I didn't see you. But no, shutting your mouth is a big issue for you. I am tired of you all. Watch. All players, please stand behind the white line and await further instructions.
Why Bart wearing this clothes?
Bara. Why does it have to be a white line? Why can't it be a black line, Bharat? You know, when I was a little boy growing up, My godfather, Ashton Chase, used to say that, "Hello, Batty Lion, you better shut your mouth and get behind the white line there before I get Sonia for Photoshop a white line on your face." That was before I get the degree. Now, players, we will be playing red light, green light. You can't be serious. I am the president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and you want me to play 1, 2, 3 red light? Look, Irfan, I thought I banned you since the UN speeches. Huh? You had a simple job to do. Read from the paper. But no, you had to do something else. It was not rocket science, Irfan. Really?
Just a drink?
Player 1 eliminated. Green light. Red light. This. Priya, I know you want to remain in this game. Let's assume that everyone is illiterate.
But BJ, that is not fair.
Player 2 eliminated.
BJ, I don't think that it's fair for me to be punished for that 7% issue. After all, with the 7%, we all as
BJ, you can't eliminate me. My ministry is vital to the campaign we ran. You simply can't. You can't replace me. You can be replaced so easily, like ABC. Hopper boy, critic in the house.
Welcome back, guys. So, indeed, we set the tone for our meeting with some humor. And what better places to do that than right here in the studio, whereby we all can interact and have a great time. With us joining in studio is no other than the GT critic, GT Gimmicks boss. Oh my god.
GT
Got a new one.
Is Critic gonna pop up here?
You can imagine, right?
Yeah.
So welcome to Entrepreneurship in Focus.
Yeah. Well, I don't see much Critic Danny this day.
No, right?
Thank you for inviting me. It's an interesting show with the people that you have on here. I hope I can be of some assistance or give some knowledge or whatever.
Don't be nervous. We're gonna have a good time this afternoon.
Good.
And one of the things I love that you are one of the persons in the arts field who were able to receive a citation from his worship the mayor, and we also have photos.
Oh,
This is the photo that is being showed with me and you after received our citation from the mayor.
okay. I've now seen this. Yeah.
I also have the ones from
Yes.
and the group. Several persons received citation awards from His Worship the Mayor for their contribution, as it really is to working with youths and being in the art and entrepreneurship. How do you feel having received the recognition?
Well, when I got the message, I was thinking, what citation? What the hell I do? Like, I was thinking, what I do wrong here? So then when I read on, I realized what it's about, and it's basically recognizing people who have been doing some sort of work in the city in Guyana, and I felt like, wow, people notice. And I've been doing meeting in the car now, and entertaining where I could. Well, I felt that this is actually good. This is a good thing. You're being recognized for the work you do, and that's so encouraging to know that for the things you do, the little that I do, people are looking and people are recognizing it, and it gives you a little bit more encouragement to carry on and to do more. So I find it to be very encouraging. I find it to be motivating. So thank you to the mayor, city council. Thank you.
Indeed, it is motivating, because when I look at the words that are written in the citation, particularly the bottom, I took up a special photograph of the bottom, of which I would circulate. The mayor dubbing us as worthy of pride and admiration, and we esteem the citizens of the world. So when I look at those words, and it really registered to me, I'm thinking, wow, this is really great. I finally made it. And then somebody asked, what does this mean to be an esteemed citizen of the world? I'm saying we're now first class citizens. We need to be given recognition.
So that's what it means. First class citizen.
Bang bang.
Okay.
Right after the president and his family, there's us with our citation recognition.
It's so big time. We gone big. We make it
big. We make it in life. So tell me, Mark, why are you really in business? I mean, you could have chosen to work for somebody, but here you are in business. Why?
You make it so particular, like why you're in business. But I feel like everybody's in business, from the time you start to make a living, earning, I feel you're in business. Because so why am I am in business? I'm in business to offer what I have, and I consider myself a product, a brand. So I'm basically in business to offer myself what I can do, what I can, how I can make people's lives better. That's why I'm in business, because I feel my product can make your life better. Even if it's a smile a day, that brings some joy to you, and I feel my product and what I have to offer does that. So that's why I'm in business, to make people's life better.
And is that the concept behind GT Gimmicks?
Yes, it is. It is directly the concept behind GT Gimmicks, to improve people's life. In particular, Guyanese. If that comes just by sharing a smile, then that's it. I've done my job. But in essence, it's way more than just presenting a smile or a happy moment for people. It's a platform where Guyanese of talent can use to propel themselves. So that's what GT Gimmicks is all about, using the platform to better people of talent and better people who want to achieve something. So yeah,
I love the fact that you guys are also able to do special ads to promote businesses. And one of the things I've been echoing to persons is that regardless of whatever is your talent or your gift, you can use that and develop it and use it towards your advantage to earn an income.
Yeah, definitely. And when I started acting, it wasn't production. It wasn't anything to do with producing anything. It was just being an actor. It was not for... I never looked at it as a career or making money or so. I wanted to do something with my free time.
Okay.
So I got into acting. And afterwards, a couple of people recognized, this guy, could probably have some sort of talent. So they invested in me and stuff. And then I felt a love for it. I started to feel attached to whatever it was I was doing. And I wanted to find a way where I can make what I enjoy doing a career, or being paid for it. So that's when I started putting more energies, more effort towards that. So it's great to find a career, but it's greater to find something that you enjoy doing and making a living from it. So I don't call it work. You know, I'm basically making a living from something I find pleasurable, I find joy in, and it completes me in a way, you know. So yeah.
So, what was your first performance like when you realized that, oh, I can really pursue this? What was it like?
Ooh, the first time I felt that this can actually pay off is when I did a commercial. This commercial was years ago. I wasn't even an established stage actor yet, but I was called to do an ad for GBTI, the bank. The ad was like maybe 30 or 45 seconds, and my part in the ad was like 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds on screen. So, funny story, when the advertising agency called me in and they had me sit on the desk, it says, we want you to be in this ad, but the budget is small. Mind you, I've never done a paid commercial before. I've never done anything where I was paid before, so the budget is small. I'm trying to look important, you know, just sitting down watching. Yes, yeah, yeah, go ahead. The budget is small, and this was a long time ago when the amount of money mattered, and it could. So she said, we could only afford to pay you $30,000.
You started celebrating inside.
Yeah, so when she said $30,000, like I felt that was inside. I was thinking $30,000. So inside I was feeling 30 grand for doing an ad. Man, I could do this thing, boy. I could make this. I could make a living off of this.
Oh, no.
So I while thinking that in mind, I said, alright, man, let me make it work. That's what I was saying to her. But in my head, yeah, let me make it work, man. You know, let me make it work.
So you right there, you were acting as well.
Right there, yeah. My career started right there. Yes. So that was the first experience of knowing that I could actually make a living off of this thing. Because I wasn't a serious actor back then, and for 2 or 3 seconds on screen, making $30,000 was big, you know. It was a big thing, because I had no idea at that time that this is what this thing is worth, right?
Well, I can only imagine if that was at that time, how much you're worth right now. Must be millions of dollars for a minute.
Millions of dollars. I've never been paid millions of dollars for anything in this field, but I wish. And I know the time will come when, you know, once you put the work out, you be consistent and you produce and you're disciplined. I think you yourself can sit down in a meeting and say, for that ad, GBTI, I want $1 million. You know, because you feel at that point you're worth that. You've put in the work, and you know your worth. I
love that. Put in the work.
Put in the work.
Because a lot of persons too expect overnight success.
That's a problem.
Now come in the game and they're expecting to make a whole ton of money.
Oh, I have those experiences on a daily basis. People don't understand the value of actually building something. I feel we live in a time now where you want instant success, instant everything, you know, fast. So people don't know that you actually have to build something. You have to go through the phases of this thing. You know, first you do as much as you can for as least as you can, or nothing at all. Then you go to another step. It comes step by step, and you have to build that. So nothing comes overnight. And if it does come overnight, you're extremely lucky, and it probably will be like maybe the phrase or the term is like a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
You know, we've had lots of that. Some people just show up on the scene, and is a hit,
Yes.
and then you never hear back from them after that. But to build something substantial, and if you're looking at longevity, you're looking at staying in the game, then you have to put in the work, spend the time behind it. Because I feel as though any field you want to succeed at, you need to put in the work.
True. So, have you decided that you were going to further study in this field to enhance your skills?
Yeah, I have. I actually went to National
Drama school.
I've done a number of training in acting and in the field that I'm in. But the thing that I learned from the most is experience. And I find that to be the best teacher, experience. Because you can go to school, and nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with going to school for 4 years and getting your degree and then furthering education to get your master's and so. But I just find personally, living that is what makes you more successful, because you can come with your 4 degrees and no practical education and you don't know shit. You know, I don't know if I could say that on the show, but you don't know nothing. And the man who has no qualifications
can be able to come and outshine you
any day. It's like you can say the theory, but he has all the experience to do the practical. You can talk it, he can make it happen. So I find when it goes hand in hand, that's a powerful tool.
Beautiful.
That's two things. Like, it's good to know about the things that you're getting into. Like, for instance, you're involved in theater. Theater or performance is not just filming. It's about lights. It's about sound. It's about stage. It's about craft. And if you can master, or not even master, if you can have knowledge on all those areas, nobody could come and run you no show. Nobody could come and bullshit you, because you know about everything. So when you as an editor, if I've done editing before and you come in and edit a video for me and you tell me, no, this can't, this could work. This is what you do. You take this, you put it here, you switch out it, because I got the experience.
Of course.
So I find experience there's no replacement. You know? Yeah.
So how are you able to detach from a character?
Detach from a character. It comes quite easy to me. I don't know how. I can't explain how I do it, but I'm able to just snap in and snap out. And I guess that's a talent by itself, because I've heard stories where people have played roles that they never come out of.
Yes, indeed. So
but for me, it kind of comes naturally. I can switch in and switch out, and I guess it goes hand in hand with how you prepare for that character, like the work you've put into, and separating yourself from the character you've played. A lot of actors that I meet nowadays, they always, when you tell them, okay, this is the character and this is what I want the person to do, they say, no man, but me like I'm a shy person. They get confused between the character they're playing and themselves, so they mix it up. So and a lot of people got to learn the difference. It's like and that's the powerful thing about being an actor. I find it's given me the opportunity to appreciate people more, because you can put yourself in shoes. You can be a lawyer, you can be a destitute, you can be a president. As an actor, you can put yourself in those people's shoes and still have your own personality, because you've been trained to do that. So I find it to be a life-changing experience to be an actor, because I appreciate people more. I can, when you tell me, okay, you're a building manager, or you're this or you're that, I can actually put myself in your shoes a little bit and go through the things that you go through and appreciate you more from knowing your experiences. And that comes with research, of course. So that's a powerful thing, separating yourself from that character that you're playing.
Powerful. I remember when I was small, I used to practice different roles. For instance, I always wanted to be an actor, so I used to practice moving from laughter into a sad moment and vice versa. And that had enabled me to take on different personalities. But one of the challenges I had a while back is after that, I'm able to always take on people's personality, and sometimes I take on the challenges and I would look at things and I would get sad. So now I have to intentionally say, all right, I'm not going to pay this no mind or so on, because simple things like an accident or so, those kind of things get to you because of the kind you're taking on.
And it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I have friends who are actors that sometimes they play a role that is so close to their personality and the experiences. For instance, I have a good friend whose mother died of cancer. And at one time when we were doing the National Drama Festival, she took on a role and the person was ill of cancer, and it was hell for her to separate herself from that, because she kind of lived that by her mother being ill and going through these things that she experienced for years. And finally she got a chance to put herself in her mother's shoes. Every rehearsal was a counseling session. And it was that powerful. And you know that the actor has developed that character when they feel the emotions of the character that they're playing. So in her case, it was extremely difficult for her to step out of that character and to be separate. So, but some people are gifted with the talent of just separating emotions and just being numb to certain things. And your personal experiences affect the character's personal experiences, because if you can relate to something, it works for you, because you know what it's like to lose a father, you know what it's like to lose a baby. So when you play a character that has done those things and gone through those things, it comes out better, because you've been there, you've touched that emotion before, so you don't have to act, so to speak, you just remember.
So after the productions that you guys would do, are there sessions whereby persons try to go to detox and to free themselves?
In Guyana, no.
So with all that is going on in Guyana, there's there are no counselors or everybody. What I found is that everybody has their own process. Every actor have a process. They might not even know that that's their process. But every actor has a process that they go through. I'm talking about serious acting. I'm not talking about the comedy that we see. I'm not talking about the link shows and the nothing to laugh about and the GT gimmicks and those kind of things, where it's just a character every minute. You jump on stage, you do a character for 3 minutes and you snap out and it's comedy. I'm talking about serious method acting and developing characters to do plays. And we're trying to bring that back in Guyana right now, thanks to the Ministry of Culture. We're doing 4 plays a year. That's what they commit to. They're going to produce 4 plays a year. Okay, so nice. Right now, at the end of the month, I should give this a plug as well, Macantali is an award-winning play. And it incidentally happens to be the first play I've ever done.
This is my first acting experience on stage, Makantali, and it's going to be held at the National Culture Center on the 27th of May, which is for Independence.
Okay.
8 p.m. at the National Culture Center. It's a serious play about the gold bush, about pork knockers, and stories about what happened back then. So yeah, you guys should come and check that play out. We're gonna transform the National Culture Center and make it powerful.
So I guess persons can pick up tickets at the Culture Center.
National Culture Center. Tickets are not out yet. Closer to the event it will be. But that's going to be something to watch. And it's not all comedy. There are comedy bits and pieces in it. But it's a play where you get to see serious, powerful acting by Guyana's best.
But I think generally the quality of acting and theatres has increased significantly.
It has. A lot of work has gone into it. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Mr. Henry Rodney. You would know Henry Rodney. He's my first drama teacher. If it wasn't for Henry Rodney, I wouldn't be acting. It's as straight as that. And the principles and the grassroots things that I've learned from him has taken me this far. So Mr. Henry Rodney, I always give him his props. So there is a lot of good acting. That we have a lot of raw talent, and that talent needs to be molded and we need to give avenues for those talent to shine, and that's what they're trying to do now. We're trying to do now. So yeah, it's a lot of good things should be happening.
And I'm happy that you mentioned a lot of talent, because I want to use this time to acknowledge Sir Mars, because he was a really strong comedian.
Sir Mars is a good friend of mine. I've known him through doing various shows. We've done a lot of productions together. So Mars is a character, but a lot of people don't know. What a lot of people don't know actually is Sir Mars is not only a comedian. Sir Mars is a powerful, serious actor. Who has never gotten a chance to see Sir Mars play a role, taking on a serious role? Then you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot. A lot of people know the fun Sir Mars and the funny Sir Mars, but that man, given a character to work with and given the time to pull it off, has done some serious roles that you would never know that's the Sir Mars. You wouldn't recognize him. So it's a sad day when I heard about it like an hour after it happened, after it hit the news, and it was like 11 o'clock the night. I was in bed and I thought, no. That was how I thought, but that was just when it was alleged. So I went to bed. When I wake up in the morning, it's the first news I wake up to. People was ringing off my phone, messaging me, sending condolence messages because they know we're friends. So then it really hit me, no man, this thing actually happened. And in all the groups, we were in a lot of groups together. Nothing to Laugh About, Link Show, all these shows. So we share a lot of groups, Uncensored, all these things. So when people start messaging and then it hit me. So Mars is gone, and it's really sad how he died too. The events surrounding that. But Sir Mars has touched a lot of lives. Of course, he had his personal life, and that didn't matter to me because in the theater world, it's a small it's a small group of people, but everybody lives like a family, especially in the Nothing to Laugh About camp. We live like a family. And of course, with every family comes its difficulties and it's whatever it is, problems and so. But at the end of the day, we live like a family and everybody know everybody. Everybody live good with everybody. We got our own bickering amongst ourselves like any normal family. But we honestly and truly look out for each other. So Sir Mars has been there as a friend, as a comedian. You could tell Sir Mars anything. The kind of jokes that we used to make, if you come around we and you hear we, you would think, what the hell these people? The names we used to call one another and the things we used to say to one another. Any stranger would take it highly offensive, will be highly offended by the things we used to say to one another. But that was the crew. That is. It still happens. And so Mars was a part of that. And he'll be definitely missed, never forgotten, because he's a character like that. His personality is unforgettable. So...
Well, two things come to mind when I think of passing in general, and that is, one, always enjoy people's presence, because you never know when it's your last. You never know when it's their last.
Yeah.
So you want to ensure that every time that you meet with them is equally impactful, and you can always try to outdo the last time you meet them, let them feel special. Also, is to live rich and die empty. So while you're alive, you pour all of your talents, your gifts, your dreams, so you would rob that grave of that richness. So when you're alive, all of the love, you pour it out so people can feel your presence and you can take this world by storm. And that would also come back to the legacy. How do you want to be remembered? What do you want people to say about you?
Yeah, and it's a powerful thing. And I think with GT Gimmicks, it allows me that opportunity to... So I've always had a passion for mentorship. Mentoring people to achieve their dreams. But in my mentorship, it dealt with drama and achieving dreams that people want to act and people want to do this and anything on stage and camera. So GT Gimmicks gives me that opportunity to create a legacy, so to speak, like Sir Mars has done. He won't be forgotten anytime soon. Which I want to say. So maybe but I created this character. We were talking about character early, Chinese man, aka Loli. Sir Mars was one of the first people that supported that character. I know it's funny and it's ironic that he would support Loli. But and that's the way I think of Sir Mars. Trust me, when you think of Sir Mars after knowing him, it brings a smile on your face.
Indeed.
It brings a smile on your face. It brings positivity, like something positive. He could be whatever he doing on his own time is he problem, is he business. But when you think of Sir Mars, it's nothing negative. His personality shines. Sir Mars, I created a brand, the Loli brand, and I made t-shirts and stuff like that for fans. It was only for fans because I used to do every show I had, I used to give away something to a fan, a t-shirt. So I made these t-shirts that says 100% Guyanese Loli, top of the line Loli. Sir Mars ordered 10 of those shirts, and he was my first customer.
Interesting, nice.
First customer to support that brand. So Sir Mars has not only been a friend, but he has supported my entrepreneurship abilities or trials. He has been there in support of that.
I was recently looking at a video when you guys were acting. It was an immigration setting, and you were you were the Chinese man coming in there, and they were performing.
Yeah.
And he's gonna saying, "Come, I'm gonna deport you, y'all. If y'all want to come in this place and show up, I can teach you a lesson today. Back to where you're going." Now, when the man collected your passport, wait, Chinese man, you so Guyanese?
Yeah, that
was funny.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that persons are able to create laughter and set a cool tone for the atmosphere, because many times we find these days persons are aggressive, they're hot tempered,
too serious.
Too serious.
People taking things too serious these days. Like, you call a man, hey, how much you buy it up on stubbornness? The man say, "I up on stubborn." You know, people too serious. So that's what we try to create with the whole entertainment industry in Guyana, the fun and stuff. We try to create a lighter side. Sir Mars was always so teachable. He was a teacher, but you know, some people are so hearty and so you can't talk to them, you can't teach them nothing.
Indeed.
Sir Mars was the opposite of that. In the acting fraternity, he was always somebody to listen, somebody to teach. You can say, "Hey, Sir Mars, hey, try this. Try doing it this way." Sir Mars, "Hey, yeah, that makes sense." And he can go and do it. So he was so teachable. He was a teacher, but he was teachable too, you know, and that's part of his personality what won't be forgotten.
Indeed, I like it. But as we're also talking about the GT Gimmicks, I also have another video of which we'll play.
Oh.
Can I sit there? Feeling good myself. Just having a bit of an issue. Just a small little breakup.
She's actually
Person
outside.
calling me out
Right
there.
away, the same way.
Hold on.
If you want, don't care. This is
I don't understand it. You think he's a madman? I wonder the man I get here right now is a madder man than you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right here, sit down inside your club level. He got a gun? What? I don't hear that you have a gun. You don't hear that you have a gun. Stupidness. I'll come down here. We have level. Level right now. Come with all your thoughts there. All your thoughts there.
Don't tell me what's coming.
You better get on balloon. So yeah, you could. Anyway, if you're coming back, come on.
Very funny.
Yeah.
And the young lady from the video, we actually have her here in studio with us as well.
Yeah.
Welcome to Entrepreneurship in Focus.
Good night. Nice to meet
Good
you.
night. What's your name, dear?
My name is Annie.
Annie?
Yes.
I've seen videos with you acting as well, and I must say that you guys are doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to invite you sometime so that we can also hear from you.
Yeah,
And-
she has a lot going on,
Yeah.
and it will be a good interview. Trust me. So you'll be
Lots
seeing
cooking.
her much more.
It's a lot cooking.
Yeah. Not in her kitchen, but in her head.
Okay.
Inside
And he did mention that he's mentoring you, so I can also imagine that he's doing a really good job. This is the time so that we can have a testimonial for all of the persons that are looking.
African.
You see? Negative. So we can pull back half of what you just said.
Probably.
So what can we expect coming from GT Gaming soon?
Well,
Content.
go ahead.
Oh yeah. Well, content. I think we try to keep it fresh. We try to do all the pranks that we do are Guyanese. We came up with those pranks, and we're trying to not only make things that people like, but to try to get them into seeing something as quality. That we want to do things that nobody in Guyana is doing, to be different, to be unique, and that's what you should expect to see from Gimmicks. Unique quality stuff, and the more we go, the more we'll grow.
But I must say you guys are also wicked, because I've seen some of the videos that you guys do, and these are really hard stuff. For instance, I got the next one, don't stress.
Okay.
Which one?
This one here. This one that was done by
Oh.
Leading Technology.
Big up, Chris.
Yeah, man. Hey, respect. I could actually do let's what it. One more thing, man. I let you go sit up with the man. You rush back,
Ay, I love Chris.
GT gimmicks is GT who? Is GT gimmicks is GT who?
Some of them just weren't having it.
You're the one laughing over there. We can hear you. Or is that my over there?
Okay. Where you at, guy? Yeah, in here.
You can't do that with the
Huh? No. Come on.
It's a prank.
I just got fight.
It's a prank.
Why you looking at her?
What? This thing rough, guy. How long of that is? Nobody won't stop, no. And even help you. Yeah, it shows up. God, you know, I should take it to the expensive care. You're not going to help you out. Oh, woman, you want me like this? Here's most of my more thing now. Oh, I'm going to rush you back. So, where you got a busy rush there? Yeah, in there. Just want to pick up the dog. Let's go inside there for a minute if you're saying. Huh? Go inside there. No, I'm just running. I'm just running. Yeah, boy. Oh, baby. Yeah, boy.
Chris is calling. Chris is calling. Chris is calling.
I'm just happy that I wasn't fortunate to be featured in one of your videos.
So our pranks are feel good pranks, which that's a term I just made up. I don't know, but what it is basically everybody who we prank at the end of it, they have no problem with us doing it and so because it's not something that could embarrass them or something like that. We've had one and two things where people say no, don't use it and stuff like that, and that's fine. You know, we respect those people's wishes, but the majority, like maybe 95% of what we do, at the end of it, people appreciate what we're trying to do and they feel good. We're not trying to hurt them or make them an ass or anything like that. We just want to entertain and we want people to have a good time.
Awesome. And as we prepare to wrap up, what major successes have you guys had from acting?
Well, for me, so I'm not one to talk about myself much. I don't celebrate myself enough. So I've heard some
You
people
need to
say.
celebrate small wins.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of. I've been lucky, blessed, you know, and I've won a lot of awards and done a lot of stuff. But my best is yet to come.
Lovely, I love that.
You know, so premature celebration is not my kind of thing, or celebration at all. You know, I don't really do it. But I've achieved a lot, and I want to thank you guys out there, whoever's watching, because without you, without the appreciation, without the message, without seeing you on the road and say, "Hey, Mark," when I go home in the afternoon, I had a hard day. I watch y'all thing, buddy. And that is just make me feel nice. That is everything. You know, things like that. Children coming to you and say, "Oh my God, Uncle, yeah, you're nice. Good. I want to do that. When I grow up, I want." Those things are what matters to me. You know. Yeah.
I was
that's my
disappointed.
biggest.
Sunday night I woke up and I was looking for my episode of Nothing to Laugh About.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it show up, and I'm thinking maybe
so
some
you're
season
talking about
change
those
or
people,
something.
yeah.
Those people, yeah.
Yeah, so-
But it's similar experience. Persons reach out and say, well, you guys help to make us feel really good.
Every day, those people is such a big hit. People feel attached to those characters. People feel one with the characters. There, it's an amazing show. Big up to Maria Benchcup, the brains behind everything, and she's created something that people were longing for, and that's what those people are about. You know,
Our local celebrities.
Yeah,
And what about
yeah.
you, Annie? What major successes as you had?
one of our major success is actually being next to me right here.
The audacity, right?
Yes, yeah.
You know, right?
How does it?
Anyways, well, this year I was fortunate enough to release my first show, Shades of Brown, co-starring with Mark. It was in its own right a hit, I would say, because it did start small, but I found that a lot of people got really connected to the characters. I had a lot of we had like a boom on YouTube, and I was grateful for the opportunity to get to experience what it's like for people to get together and sit down and watch a show and then call you, ask you when is the next episode, what's going on. The show is called Shades Brown, and we're currently about to start production for season 2. So. And, I have another page where I do comedy videos. And I think recently I got my most liked video when we did something on Miss Grippy. So that was pretty cool.
Trending.
So that's a major success for the year. So yeah, I'm appreciative of that.
I'm going to check it out when I get home so I can have a good laugh to
Yeah.
add to what I'm having this evening. and as we close, I want to talk about what other support would you guys like to have from people generally in Guyana.
In addition to the support that we've been getting so far in terms of people following and anticipating and so, there is always a need for finance. So especially with the new projects that are upcoming, for instance, Shades of Brown, in order to pull off what is in this head here, in order to do that, to make that achievable, finance is needed. And there hasn't been much for the first season, finance, but she made it happen anyway. So if people are out there and want their business to be associated or aligned with such a production, that's going to be amazing. Actually, when you check it out, you will see. Just contact me, contact Annie, contact GT Gimmicks, whoever, and say, you know what, I want to be part of Shades of Brown. I want to put my 2 cents in there, and we're happy for the 2 cents.
We are.
We're happy for the 2 cents, and even support by way of messaging and saying, we appreciate this.
Yeah.
It shows that we're reaching somebody, and it gives us motivation to do more. Even if the money don't come, we just want to produce so that we have, to impact people's life. And I think once you do something good, then the rewards will flow after. But in order to do something good, we need finance. Yeah.
Lovely, and I am prophesying Tyler Perry level of production coming your way, and all of these big things. I want to see our Guyanese continue to being on the big stage and just making our beautiful country proud.
Well, you should, just after the show, you can apply for book week for next year because it's gonna happen. Right? So next year you can book early.
Yeah, buddy.
I love it. I just ensured that I get my GT Gimmicks jersey
Oh,
because I'm
yeah.
feeling left out in this corner
You're
here.
left out. They want you to give him jersey. So, since you brought it up, so he wants you to give him jersey. He's shown his interest, and it comes at a cost that we aren't able to cover on our own right now. So you can play your part and just support the thing. You know, like put a like, a share, and them thing, and say, hey, I can buy the brand because I want to wear it to promote your health, right? Yeah.
We're turning it one of your jackets.
Yeah, it's gonna look nice. Yeah, that's a lovely jacket.
Yeah, we could just print some on and no?
I love it. I love it. I love it. It is a pleasure to have you guys here.
Yeah.
I want to take the opportunity to thank you on behalf of all our viewers from Entrepreneurship in Focus. This is the most we've laughed on our program thus far.
Oh,
so
really?
You can tell, all our other programs, we laugh a little,
You are
but this is the
critic on the
most.
show, buddy. And like I said, whenever you pop up somewhere. So Critic is a good friend of GT Gimmicks actually. He's been one of our supporters, and he's been one of those people that say, yeah, we like what y'all do. Continue doing it. We can give you a studio and stuff. So we have access to this studio. You don't even know that, but we have access to this studio to use as we like. Thank you, Critic. Big up yourself. Y'all doing an amazing job as well. TBN.
Obviously, nobody can class next to critics. Left me back right either.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for now, viewers. I look forward to engaging with you next Tuesday, where we have another phenomenal guest will be gracing our presence, and you need to stay tuned to know who it is. Do take care. Bye for now.